Hi and welcome to my channel. So today we have a very interesting problem and this question is asked in most of the interviews. So that is why I thought to share this question with you. So we have two tables, table A and table B, and the question is when we apply the inner join, left join, right join and full outer join between these two tables, what are the number of rows that we get for each joins? So this is our problem. So now let's try to understand this problem for inner join first. To understand this inner join, we have one figure here. So and we also have table A and table B, and we also have the output that we get when once we apply this inner join between table A and table B based on ID. So let's look into our figure first. So this figure says that when we apply inner join between table A and table B, we will get only this shaded portion. That means we get only those rows that are present in table A as well as table B, because this is the intersection of table A and table B, right? So that means this intersection part will contain all the rows that are present in table A as well as table B. So this is the concept. So now let's understand this output that we are getting once we apply this inner join between table A and table B. So if you look into the first value in table A, this is 1. And if we are joining this table A with this table B based on ID, so for this one, we have two matches in table B. So you can see these two matches. So because we have two matches for this one in table B, so that is why we are getting two rows in our final output for this. Again, if we look into the next row in table A, so we have 1 and we have again two matches in table B. So that is why we are again getting two more records in final output. Similarly, if we look into the next row in table A, we have 0 and we have two matches of this 0 in table B. So that is why we have again two more records for this 0 in final output. Similarly, for this 0, we have again two more matches in table B. So that is why in final output we have two more rows for 0. And now if you look into these last two columns in table A which are null, in SQL table null is not considered to be equal to any value. So that is why we are not able to find any matches for this null and this null. So that is why we are not getting any rows for this. Let's count the number of rows that we get when we apply this inner join operation between table A and table B. So we have 1 row, 2 row, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we will get the answer is 8. So when we apply inner join between this table and this table, we get the 8 rows. Now let's try to understand the left join. To understand left join, again we have this figure, and this figure says that when we apply left join between table A and table B, we get all the rows from table A and we get only those rows from table B which are matching in table A. So let's understand this now using this input and output. So we have this table A and table B. So we are applying left join operation between table A and table B based on this ID. So let's look into this first row in table A. So we have 1 here and we have two matches of 1 in table B. So that is why we are getting two output. And again, if we look into the next row, we have 1 here and again we have same matches, two matches in table B. So that is why we are getting two more rows in our output. So now we have 4 rows. So let's now look into this third row in table A. So for this 0, we have again two matches in table B. So that is why we are getting two more rows in output for this 0. Now we have 6 rows in output. So again, if you look into the fourth row in table A, we have same two more matches in table B for this 0. So that is why we are getting two more rows in output. So now we have 8 rows. So because if you can see this figure again, so we are getting all the rows from table A, but only those rows from table B that are matching. So because null is not considered to be equal to any value, so that is why these last two records in table A do not have any match in table B, correct? So that is why these two rows are coming in the output. but because null is considered to be not equal to any value, so that is why they don't have any matches in table B. So we are getting null match for these two null. So that is why we have null in b.id. So let's count the total number of rows. We have 2, then 4, then 6, then 8 and 10. So we will get 10 rows when we apply left join operation between table A and table B. Now let's try to understand the right join. To understand right join, again we have one figure. When we apply the right join between table A and table B, we get all the rows from table B, but only those rows from table A that are present in table B. So now let's understand this output using this table A and table B. So if you look into this table A, record number 1, we have 1 and we have 2 matches in table B for this. So that is why we are getting 2 rows for this in our final output. Again, we have 1 in table A and for this one we have 2 matches in table B. So that is why we have 2 more rows in our output. Similarly, for this 0, we have 2 matches for this 0 in table B. So that is why we have 2 more rows in our output. And for this fourth row in table A, we have again 2 matches in table B. So that is why we have 2 more rows in our output. Now, if you look into this figure, so when we apply this right join between table A and table B, we get all the rows from table B. And the last row in table B is null. So that is why we are getting this null here. And because null is considered to be not equal to any value, so that is why this null has no matches in table A. So that is why we have one more row in our output which is null, and against b.id null we have null in a.id. So let's count the total number of rows now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we will get total number of 9 rows when we apply right join operation between table A and table B. So now let's understand the full outer join. To understand full outer join, again we have figure. So full outer join says that when we apply this full outer join between table A and table B, we get all the rows from table A and all the rows from table B. So let's try to understand this output using this two input table. So in table A, for this ID1 first row, we have 2 matches in table B. So that is why in output we have 2 rows. Now for the second row in table A, the value is 1. Again we have 2 matches in table B. So that is why we have 2 more rows in the output. Now if we look into the third row in table A, we have 0, and for this 0 we have 2 matches in table B. So that is why we have 2 more rows in our output. And for this fourth row, which is 0 in table A, we have again 2 matches in table B. So that is why we have 2 more rows in our output. Now let's understand how we are getting these 3 null. You can see in this figure when we apply the full outer join between table A and table B, we get all the rows from table A and all the rows from table B. So let's understand this for table A first. So for this 2 null, because null is considered to be not equal to any value, right? So that is why we don't have any matches for these 2 null in table B, correct? So that is why we are getting 2 null in output, and against them we don't have any matches in table B. So that is why we are getting these 2 rows. So now we have considered all the record from table A and we are left with one record in table B. So again, similarly, because this is null and null is not considered to be equal to any value. So that is why for this null, we don't have any matches in table B. So that is why we are getting this null here, and against this null in b.id, we don't have any match in a.id. So that is why we are getting null in a.id. So let's count the total number of rows from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So when we apply the full join operation between table A and table B, we will get the total number of rows as 11. Now let's try to understand all these joins in SQL editor. So in SQL we have two table A and table B, and in table A we have some rows and in table B we have some rows. Now let's do the inner join first. Select star from A, and we can say this as A dot star inner join B as B as A on A dot id equal to B dot id, and also let's select all the rows from B. So let's run this now. So you can see we have total of 8 rows using this inner join, which is matching with our final count. And let's try to do the left join operation now on this table. So we have the same syntax, but instead of inner join, we do left join. Let's run this now. So you can see when we are applying left join, we are getting 10 rows. So that is matching with our final output. Now let's check this for right join. So right join, let's run this. So when we apply the right join between table A and table B, we are getting 9 rows. So that is also matching with our output. Now let's do the same for full outer join. Let's run this now. So from this we are getting 11 rows. So this is how these 4 joins works. From interview point of view, these questions are very important. So that is why I thought to share with you all. And please like my video, subscribe my channel, and going forward I will be posting more questions related to SQL. If you don't want to miss any questions, please subscribe this channel and support me. Thank you.